Hello everyone. In this video, we will understand special control statements in C. The various control statements are goto, return statement, break, and continue. The goto statement is basically an unconditional jump statement is supported by the C language. So far we have seen if else, switch statement which are conditional jump. Based upon the results of the condition, the statements are executed. But in case of goto statement, it is basically an unconditional jump without any result of the condition. We will be able to go to a particular statement. Here, the control is unconditionally transferred to the statement associated with the label. That means, along with a goto, I specify where I want to move the control to. So the syntax is goto followed by a label name. Let us look at the example. I want to determine a factorial of a number provided the number entered is greater than 0. Now if the user enters a number less than 0, then I just want to end the program. So in this case, I check the condition n is less than 0. I straight away go to end. Yes, so here I have specified a keyword goto followed with a label end. So end basically, goto statement basically gets the control to this point. After this, I have a return 0 statement. My program terminates. Now if the user enters a number greater than 0, these statements will be executed and factorial of a number is computed. Return statement. Now there are certain control statements which allow us to terminate a loop or a function. These statements are return, break, and continue. Return basically is used to return the control to a calling program. For example, an operating system calls main. Main completes its task and returns back the control to the operating system. Hence, we use return 0 or return inside the main. Similarly, when a user writes a user-defined functions, he makes use of a return statement to return the control back to the calling program. So, the return type is used in a definition of a function to set its returned value. Also, the return statement is used to terminate the execution of a function. There are basically two forms of a return statement. Return with no value or no expression. Second, return followed with an expression. Like, I just want to return the control, I make use of return statement. If at all I want to return some value, I make use of something like this, return 0, or I use return 1. Sometimes I want to return the value of a particular expression to the calling program. I can even have like this, return sum. In case of recursive calls, we also have return statements written like this, return fact of n minus 1. Right? The second one is break statement. This is used in loop constructs like for, while, or do while, which is used to terminate the execution of a current loop. The syntax for this statement is break, all written in small case. Now if at all it is used in a while loop, you have break. If at all you have a break inside a while loop, it brings the control outside the while. Similarly, if you have the break statement inside a do while, again the control is brought out of a do while. In case of for, it brings the control outside for. If at all you make use of break statement inside switch, you bring the control outside the switch block. It is the reason why we write it something like this: case followed by case label, statements, break. So what exactly this break does? After executing this statement, it gets the control outside the switch block. Now let us take an example of a break statement. To calculate sum of numbers, I've asked the user to enter 10 numbers, and now if the user enters a negative number, the loop must terminate. So I've made use of a for loop here, and this ranges from I equal to 1 to 10 because I need to read 10 numbers. Okay. I keep on reading the numbers and keep on computing the sum of numbers provided the number is greater than 0. Now observe here, if the number entered is less than 0, I have included a break statement. Now what happens when this break statement is executed? This break basically brings the control outside the for, and the sum calculated is displayed. Okay. Take one more statement, continue. This continue statement, as the name itself suggests, does not terminate the loop, but it goes to the test expression in case of while and do while, and it goes to updating expression in case of for statement. That means the statements that come after the continue statement will not be executed. The general form of a continue statement is just continue followed with a semicolon. So as discussed, if it is included in a while loop, it goes back to the test expression. If included in a do while loop, the control is at here, it tests the expression again. In case of for, okay, the control goes to the updation statement. We shall just have a look at an example. To calculate sum of 10 numbers, now if the user enters a negative number, okay, you should not add it to the sum. You should not add it to the result. Now here there is a slight difference. So again, made use of the for loop. Okay, if the number is less than 0, so whatever follows after this continue statement, so what is after this continue statement? You just have this one statement. This will not be executed. You go back and increment the value of I. Okay, increment the value of I, read another number, check if it is less than 0 or greater than 0. If it is greater than 0, execute this statement, otherwise simply continue and read the next number. Alright. So this video discusses the various control statements in C. Thank you.